I'm going to tell you what really goes on in Pattaya when you go home from your holidays, what happens to your loved one. I'm going to tell you some stories about people that I know in Pattaya, and I'm going to tell you why I believe that the girls are not the same as they was before, because that's all you hear relentlessly on social media. The girls are not the same before. So let's sit back, have a coffee and discuss what really goes on in Pattaya. Welcome back to the channel, and I'm making this video because I'm sick. Yeah, I use the word sick. I'm sick to the back teeth of saying the same thing time and time and time and time again. It's like repeat, repeat, repeat. I get messages before holidays, and I'm getting the same flipping messages of different people time and time and time and time again about this is how Pattaya is, it's my first time, blah, 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 blah. Webby, I want to meet you, love your channel, you give good advice, but for some reason, when you land in Pattaya, everything goes out of the window. And I was talking to a guy, his name was Andy, from Scotland, and he said to me, how long have you been living here, Webb? And I said, I don't know, come up to 3 years. He said, I've been living here about 18 months. And I don't understand why people come here. He said they get off the airplane and they're so happy, and you know, everyone comes here and they're going to start their new life, and everyone's got a big smile on their face, and within 6 months most of them are miserable as hell. So let's dissect into what is really going on in Pattaya. Every single story always ends up with a girl, right? If you end up in financial trouble here, it's because of a girl. If you're heartbroken, it's because of a girl, and so on and so on. I want to talk about the outcome of one of the stories I said, which is very popular the other week, about the guy that was taking drugs with a girl, and so on and so on. And he phoned me and he begged me to help him, and I got security to remove his girlfriend from the condo, and he was over the moon and he couldn't thank me enough, and so on and so on and so on. Well, he is now back in the UK, and he's messaged me since with a big huge message like this saying, Webby, I'm my own man, I know what I'm doing, I don't need any help. The girl that I helped with rehab is an amazing girl. She's so amazing. She even told her mother, I even met her mother, and her mother said, you're such an amazing man, you can marry my daughter for free. And I said, read that message back. And I took your advice, I took everyone's advice. I don't bother with that guy no more. I said, you come to me for help, I got you the help, and then you tell me you're your own man. Well, crack on and live your life as you want. But you were back in the UK, heartbroken and in complete turmoil. So that's that one. Then we got Mark. You remember Mark with the restaurant? Spoke to Mark the other week. Mark is real miserable. He can't really settle anymore in his restaurant because too many memories. I'm thinking, fucking Jesus Christ, too many memories. You shacked up with the first girl you met, right? You paid her a ridiculous amount of salary to stay with you, and surprise, surprise, it didn't work, and you're upset. So there's two ridiculous endings to people that just come here and just can't see the wood for the trees. But the one I really want to talk about, I was talking to a guy last night, and I've known him for about 14 months, 15 months. And he's a big, huge American guy, massive guy. I wouldn't say his name, but if he's watching this, he knows who I'm talking about. Well, I hadn't seen him for about four months, and he turns up in the bar that I was in, and he says, oh, Webby, I need to speak to you. I said, bloody hell, mate, you've lost some weight. You've lost 60 kilos. That's right, 60 kilos. I said, what happened, mate? You're on a diet, you're looking good, this and that. Oh, big problems. I met this girl, I thought, oh, here we go. I met this girl who was completely different to everybody else. I fell in love with her, I'm crazy about her. I give her money to go to Bangkok to get a pair of breasts. That seems the fashion now. People come here and buy breasts for these girls. And lo and behold, she said she was coming back after a week. She didn't come back, and she's up in Chiang Mai. He said, thing is, I really don't understand it. He said, you know, I would have given her everything. I'm not a rich man, but I'm not a poor man, but I would have bought her whatever she wanted and give her whatever she wanted. And this has really affected me, and I'm drinking crazy. My liver, I got problems with now. He said, I should have listened to you. I don't understand what went wrong. I said, well, quite clearly, mate, she had a better offer. And she's living up in Chiang Mai now with some other guy. So I said, well, I don't understand why you think it's an issue. That was always going to happen. You'd only stay with her until they get a better offer, believe me. So let's talk about the girls are not the same as they was before. 100%. That is accurate. And do you know why it's accurate? It's your own fault. It's not the fault of the girls. Whether you find these girls in a bar, a gentleman's club, and a go-go on the street, it's all the same. So I hear you say, well, come on, and tell us what it is. I'll tell you quite clearly what it is. I know for fact what it is. You've got people coming on holiday, finding a girl which they think is the woman of their dreams, and they can't believe this woman loves them, and they spend the 3 weeks holiday with them, and then they go home, and then they start sending crazy, and I mean crazy amounts of money to them. I know one girl getting over 200,000 baht a month. That is just more money than I've ever earned in my life per month. So then that girl says to the boyfriend, you know, the sponsor, oh babe, I don't want to go back to the village. I find the village boring. I just want to stay in Pattaya, and I just go to the bar and I'll work for drinks. Don't worry, I will not go with a customer. And that's probably right. She won't go with a customer. But what she will do is go with people like myself, who's an expat, who goes to the bars on a regular basis, befriends these girls, and these girls have got needs. So what happens is, and I've done it myself, you go with these girls for free of charge. You spend a week, a fortnight with these girls, you see them on the regular, twice, 3 times a week, don't pay them a penny, because the sucker is the guy back home who is living in this bubble and thinking he's got this lovely Thai girlfriend here, when in fact, and I've heard it from these girls' mouths, you're a stupid falang who sponsors them, and they go with expats in Pattaya, in Jomtien, for free. And in fact, they buy them gifts and presents and everything. And if you are an expat and you say, well, that don't happen to me, well then, you got to look at yourself, because I know several people here who are getting the girls and building up relationships with these girls for free of charge. And the only thing they got to do is take a back seat when the sponsor comes on holiday. And even when they come on holiday, they still making time and excuses to go and see the expat who they now regard as their boyfriend. And to go even further than that, if that's not happening, 100% they got a Thai boyfriend. I'll tell you another story which I know is happening, and it's happening right now. There's a girl who is a guy I met found this girl off Tinder, and he spent a couple of weeks with her, and it didn't work out. And she lives up in Chambori somewhere. And anyway, she got in touch about 2 weeks ago and says to this guy, I've got a boyfriend in Belgium, or no, it's not Belgium, was it? It was somewhere anyway, but she had to learn a language. So he was paying her 30,000 baht, or he is paying her 30,000 baht per month. And he also give her, I think it was 5,000 a month or 6,000 a month to get a room in Pattaya in the week to learn this language. I can't remember what language it was, I really can't. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So she phones this guy and says, can I come and stay with you for X amount of weeks while I learn this language, and instead of paying you rent, I'll service you every day. And in 6 months' time, she's planning on going to live with him in his home country. And this is what you're up against here. Now, this is what I see on a daily basis, that people are moaning on the comments, right, on all of the comments, saying, oh, these girls are not the same, they're not the same. Yes, because you are putting them into a position where they don't have to go with a guy on holidays. And that's the reality of it. And that is the facts of it. And I sit day upon day upon day, even to a point where I've stopped going out so much because I'm bored of it. A subscriber will come and sit with me. I know the girl, 3 or 4 of these girls in the bars, and he's like, oh, this girl really likes me. She shows me this, she shows me that, and she loves me, shows me affection. And I know she got a sponsor, and I know she's sleeping with X, Y, and Z for free. But this guy is absolutely hell-bent on believing the girl and spending 3 weeks with her and paying her crazy money, and then going home and then sending her crazy money. And then you wonder why these girls don't want to go with any of you. And when they do want to go with you when you're on holidays, they're asking a crazy amount of money. So the problem, in my opinion, is you lot, not the girl. Believe me, the girl is just doing what she's programmed to do. So, what do you think of this video? Do you think, it's nonsense? I'm just having a chat, I'm bored. But I just can't get my head around. Believe me, as a YouTuber, I see it more and more and more. The messages I get, the stories I get. I could write a book on this place, right? But I've now realised that this will never, ever, ever go away. You just got a churn of people coming to this town who are absolutely thick as shit. Naive, stupid, and you will never, ever change them. And as for expats, personally myself, I keep my arms length from a lot of expats. I don't trust expats. A lot of expats here will rob you as good as look at you. They try to befriend you and then try and extract as much nonsense as you can off you. And again, people are living here who are thick, naive and stupid and falling for this shit, and they're getting robbed and rinsed. Because unfortunately, Pattaya, in my opinion, is the most amazing place in the world. But as a consequence, it also brings the Gregs, for want of another word, the down and outs and the most vile, horrible people to this town. So always keep your wits about you. So it's probably a lot of nonsense, this video, but I hope if it saves one person from heartache, from being robbed, from not being happy when you move here. When you move here, just enjoy the moment, enjoy your time, and don't be stupid, naive. And the amount of videos I'm making on this topic is absolutely crazy because it's just a churn of stupid people, like I said before. So until the next video, I'm not sure where, not sure when. You know me, It's bye. Bye for now.